Most people don't really notice you until you start growing, because most only see what you have, not what you're building inside of you. When you have nothing, no one notices your presence. But when you begin to move with more confidence, the same people who ignored you begin to wonder who you've become. The truth is, people respond to results, not promises. And when you build something, even a small amount, the world starts to look at you differently. No one shows up when you're starting out, but everyone comes over when they see you're really changing. That's how people's mindsets work. Respect comes when you prove to yourself that you deserve more, and without realizing it, you start attracting people who previously wouldn't even say hello to you. Some will come back just because you now have something they're interested in, not because they respect you, but because they see an advantage in you they didn't see before. The older you get, the more you notice how other people's behavior changes. Suddenly they listen to you, seek you out, respect you. It's not you who has changed, it's their interest. And when all this happens, you realize how important it is to protect what you've built, because not everyone deserves to be part of your new journey. When you really start to improve, people who once ignored you begin to notice small changes in you. It's funny how the world only notices you when you start to shine on your own. It's not magic. It's just that your energy changes, the way you move changes, the way you speak changes. And when you change inside, everything outside reacts accordingly, for better or worse. Suddenly, people who never had time for you find a moment to write to you, to ask how you're doing, to get closer. Not because they're actually interested, but because you're interesting now. Many will only return when they see you climbing, thinking they can just hop on your trail as if nothing had happened. But you know exactly where they were when you were down below. It's easy to attract attention when you have something to offer. The real question is, where was everyone when you had nothing? And it's in that answer that you understand who truly deserves a piece of you. Growth creates distance. Not because you want it to, but because those left behind no longer recognize your new way of thinking, and those who grow feel the need to protect themselves more. Not all people who come back into your life do so with good intentions. Some come back because you now seem useful, others because they hope to gain something from you. And it's in these moments that you understand how important it is to protect your peace. Growing up also means learning to say no, especially when your value attracts the wrong people. When you start building a solid path, many people come back not because they believe in you, but because they notice your life taking shape differently than before. And this intrigues them more than any words. The truth is, change scares those who watch you more than you do. Because when they see you transforming, they understand you're no longer the person they could take for granted. Some will come back just to see if they can still control you like they once did. But as you grow, your energy changes, and that presents them with a version of you they can no longer handle. The better you get, the more you realize that some people never really left. They were just waiting for the right moment to come back. But now you choose who can accompany you on your journey. And it's just when you start to shine that you get messages from people who haven't noticed you in months. Change attracts attention, but not all attention is positive. Many people don't notice you until they see something they can desire: success, stability, strength, serenity. But what they want isn't you. It's what you represent. When you understand this, you begin to look at others differently. You no longer ask yourself, "Who wants me?" but "Who deserves to stay?" And this is the true freedom that change gives you. At a certain point in your journey, you no longer change to prove something to others. You change to prove something to yourself. And those who return do so because that change can't be ignored. The older you get, the more others begin to notice your distance. Not because you're avoiding them, but because you're now walking in a different direction, one that requires silence, concentration, and mental strength. At a certain point, you realize that your evolution doesn't just concern you, but also those around you. Some will not accept your improvement. Others will try to get closer as if nothing had happened. As you become more disciplined, your priorities change. And when your priorities change, the people who stay behind change too. No one can walk beside you unless they have the same pace. People come back when they see you're building something stable, but they don't come back to support you. They come back so they don't get left behind in your new version of the world. Respect always comes after sacrifice. No one will applaud you as you strive to improve, but everyone will come around when they realize you've changed more than they thought. Many will return, pretending they've always been by your side, as if you don't remember the days when no one was there. But you will never forget those days. The truth is that personal growth creates natural selection. What is no longer compatible with your mindset disappears, and what is similar remains. It's an inevitable process. There comes a time when you no longer seek people who accept you, but people who respect you. And it's precisely at that moment that you realize how much you've truly changed. When you truly begin to improve, you realize that those who previously didn't take you seriously are now watching your every move. Not because they care, but because your change forces them to look at their own. Your growth becomes a mirror to those around you. Some will feel inspired, others will feel threatened. Either way, you've become impossible to ignore. When you build a better life, people come back with a different attitude. Kinder, more attentive, more present, but not always more sincere. This is what you must learn to recognize. That's the way the world works. They underestimate you until you give them a reason not to. And when you finally do, they pretend it was always obvious you could do it. Sometimes change isn't about bringing people back, but about understanding those who were never truly on your side. And that's one of the most important lessons you'll learn along the way. Growing up also means accepting that not everyone who comes back deserves a second chance. Some only want to be in your life when it's convenient for them. Eventually, you realize that change isn't there to impress anyone. It's there to free you, to grow, to live without depending on the opinions of others. And when you stop seeking approval, your value becomes impossible for anyone to ignore. And so you realize the truth. Whoever comes back into your life after your change doesn't define your success. You decide who deserves to be part of your new journey. The change is yours. The path is yours. And from here on out, you choose who to share it with. If this message was helpful to you, remember to subscribe to the channel and support us. Your support helps us continue creating content that can improve your life.